My name is Lisa Stark. I am a breathwork facilitator, a yoga teacher, an energy worker, and I'm the owner of Breathe, Love, Bend, which is a small group gathering space in the heart of Bend, Oregon. I lead my own personal breathwork workshops and healing circles in this space, but it is also available as a small group gathering space for pretty much anything that you could imagine. So I would love to hear any suggestions from people for things that you might want to hold here. It is meant to be an intentionally healing space, and it is set up for small group work. So some of the things that we've done here, we've had breath work, obviously, yoga, astrology, craniosacral, massage, Reiki, acupuncture, cacao ceremony, pretty much anything that you can think of in the healing arts world can occur here. Teacher trainings or workshops, guiding other people in your practices, or just a place to connect and heal in group ceremony. It's also available as a photography studio. We have lights and all the things that you need to create beautiful photographs, and also as a small group retreat overnight event space. So if there's any kind of event or thing that you are thinking about hosting, we would love to chat more about holding space for you and your group. So Breathe, Love, Bend was created out of a place of pure love, wanting to hold space for others. When I started transitioning from teaching yoga into doing energy work and leading healing circles, I was working with some other just really amazing women who were doing similar things in the community. And the one common thing that we found is that we had no space to hold these types of events. Yoga studios were kind of an obvious choice just for the feeling that is generally already in those spaces, but in evenings and weekends when we wanted to use that space, it was never available. And so we just started leading things out of my living room. And the experience was beautiful because I like to have a home that feels loving and nurturing, and so it made sense for us to hold ceremonies in that space. But over time, that becomes not feasible with a family and kids and is very disruptive. And so that's where this idea was born of, how do I create a space that feels like a home where people can do this kind of work, but isn't disruptive to somebody's family. So when we found this house in Bend, we lived in it first. It was not originally intended to be a healing space. This was our family home. But over the course of living here, a series of fortunate and unfortunate events coincided, and the universe spoke and was like, this is not your family home, this is your retreat space. And I was like, absolutely, yes it is. So we moved into a house right down the street, and this whole thing, just divinely guided, came into being. And so I really do feel like it was meant to be. I feel like I was meant to be a steward of this house and of this land in the middle of Bend, but it's a historic piece of property that has a lot of love from the previous families that lived here and poured their energy into this space. And I just feel like I'm a steward of this little piece of Bend, and that it was meant to be a community space and a place of healing, and a place where people can come together and connect, especially after the last few years when we are all in such need of connection and healing. So to be able to provide that space very intentionally in Bend is such a gift to me and hopefully to the community. So I really do want to be of service to the community. I would love to hear from people what kinds of things you would like to see here, what kinds of things you would like us to host, what kinds of things that you might use the space for. It really is intended to be for the community. So if you want to comment with any things that you would like to see here, we would love to hear your suggestions, or if you think that it might be the right space for you to hold some kind of event or training or workshop, you can also comment below, or find us on our website, breathelovebend.com, and we would love to work with you.